Now that you've created your Facebook account, you'll be brought to your home page, and now you can set up your personal Facebook profile. So here's the screen you're going to see after you do those first three steps, and I want to walk you through the most important pieces on the screen. First thing, up here at the top, you'll see a button saying go to your email. This is the point where you need to go and confirm that the email address you used is the one you do want to use with Facebook. It also prevents other people from falsely using your email account for Facebook spamming, as an example. The second section here is this blue navigation bar. On the right side, you'll see home, profile, find friends, and your account information. That's also where you can sign out. And then on the left, right beside the word Facebook, you'll see a place for new friends, alerts, and status updates. Then on the left side here, there's a whole welcome section. In the next slide, we're going to walk through each and every one of these particular components of the welcome section. And then in the middle is your main Facebook area. This is where status updates will occur. This is where other friends, when they make comments or updates, you'll be able to read them. But when you first come into Facebook, there's a number of steps that you have to walk through here and make sure that you complete, and we'll go through those as well. So here, this is the third section I pointed out, the welcome section. I want to walk you through each one of these options, and you'll get used to these as you become a regular Facebook user. So first, you have your news feed. The news feed is probably the most widely used area of Facebook, and it really gets aggregated into that middle section that I pointed out in the previous slide. Anytime you make a status update or any one of your friends makes a status update or some kind of announcement, it goes into your news feed, and your news feed is constantly changing and updating as your friends and you have activity. Next is a section for messages. If somebody sends you a personal message, then you can pick it up and aggregate all of them here. Next section is for events. People can create Facebook events and invite you to the events. So any event that you have indicated that you're interested in, you can click this button and see them all kind of published into one area for you and for ease of access. Then there's a friends section. Any friends that you currently connected to would be here, and you can also use this section to connect with new friends. And we're going to talk a little bit more about connecting with people in a little while. Then there's the opportunity for you to create a group. This is another section we're going to cover in more detail later, but at a high level, groups allow you to connect people with similar interests around a certain topic or an event, and this is how you can quickly create a group of your own that you can lead. The next section here is games and apps, and I'll just talk about them really quickly. Games and apps are basically what they say they mean. Games and applications that plug into Facebook, and there are literally thousands of these. Most business owners tend to stay away from them. I do as well. But if you have some spare time in your hands, you might want to check those out. Then there's a photos section. Once again, really self-explanatory. If you want to upload photos of yourself, of your company, whatever, you can do that here. Then there's groups. So we talked about creating a group before. You can also join other groups. So if somebody creates a group that you're really interested in, once you join it, you can go back and find that group and the latest things going on in that group here on that button. There's a section for notes. I generally tell people think of notes like a little mini blog. You can use notes to create larger sections of text where you want to make a note about something. And if you think about it from a blogging perspective, if you want to make notes about a common topic on a regular basis, then other people might check out your notes as well. And then finally, links. As your news feed grows and as you have more and more friends, it's going to be harder to keep track of all the interesting updates you saw on Facebook. So if last week, if somebody posted a really funny link of some video and you couldn't remember where it was, then you can just click links here and it'll just show you all the status updates from your friends where links were included. It'll cut out a lot of the clutter and let you find that link you were looking for. Finally, let's talk about the middle section of Facebook, the heart of where everything goes on. And after you first create your profile, some of the main things you need to do to make sure that your account is ready to go. So number 1 and 2 here we talked about when we first set up our account, using our Gmail or Hotmail account to find friends and uploading a profile picture. So we're going to dive right into section 3 here, which is filling out your profile information. When you hit the little edit profile button, you're going to be brought to a page like this. And similar to your messages or your welcome screen on the previous section we talked about, you just go through each one of these topics on the left and fill out as much information as you're comfortable filling out. So there's a basic section, there's a profile picture, there's featured people, education and work, and so on. You go through there and just fill it out as you see fit. The next section here is for activating your mobile phone. Here's where you can connect your cell phone with Facebook. And there's a couple of reasons why I recommend you do it. One, if for whatever reason your Facebook account gets compromised, let's say somebody gets a hold of your password or something goes on, then your mobile phone is another way for you to authenticate with Facebook as the real owner of the account. The second good benefit is that if somebody posts a status update or sends you a message, you can get the SMS alert right on your phone. So it's a good way of staying connected on Facebook. Then there's this section here for finding people you know. In that first part, when we first set up our Facebook account, it asked us if we wanted to put in our Gmail or Hotmail information to search for friends. Well, if you said no to that, maybe you didn't want to give Facebook access to your account. Well, here's where you can take a little bit more of a manual approach and start searching for people by name. And literally, just type their full name in here and start searching. And most cases, you're going to find a lot of results for any name because there's just so many people in Facebook. So that's where the pictures come in handy, and you can start connecting with people as you find them here. Finally, we're going to talk about part six here, controlling what information you share. Facebook has been the target of quite a few critics, basically bashing their default privacy settings. I personally am not as concerned, but some people do get quite concerned. So it's your responsibility to go through this step and make sure you understand every component of their privacy settings. I'm not going to pull them up here because each person has a different set of preferences, but just go through that before you ever start using Facebook in full so that you're comfortable with it. And if at any time you need to change what your privacy settings are, you can do that right through by clicking on your account button on your home page. Once you've done all that, this is an example here of what a full profile would look like. We've blurred out some images to protect the person who we took this from, but you get the idea. There's a series of photos, there's status updates, you can see the profile with education and their philosophy and the sports teams they like and so on. This is what your profile is going to look like as well once you've done all of those steps outlined in this particular lesson.